Pacho mema obibia kwa baba Chinese mpacha daily update TV any di kwanso say no first time baba Chinese amesro so ti news ni we na so ni jwa be subscribe for more update like na share video nema others nso nya bi enti nyankopon hia no nya okese pass o yes ade me pacho concern Ghanaian bi na wafre ko Kelvin Taylor shows na odin sem ya tujwa na nsem o kan nyina nse de enti a OSP esro ni say Usuru say or resigning. I make us say the entire OSP Usuru say or be resigning from the office, and that is Kesi Jabin. Let me put it that way. Kesi Jabin Usuru say or be resigning from the office of the special prosecutor, and they say, or yes sir, they will go after him. And or cite an example be say, and as a case be now on according to or say bra Martinami do a resigning, you know. NPP for ya went after him. They threatened him to the extent that even some of them went to a house to go threaten him. Hey, now you send someone can anwed in power. Or say bra Martin Amidu Diano. Sunny see and tin Kesi Jabin so learning from that intina Usru say or be resigning. We na Kelvin Taylor so can react to Kesi Jabin ni recent expose no the abeto na and I said ni recent asema waka to the judiciary ni hono. More or less or no quite Kelvin Taylor extended to the executive and so that is the president himself and then vice Bawumia no kwan yes so mun na account. No the men say mo mra yenko ni nkoti o de no for ourselves. Pacho comment me so fa message also the comment section na beje na kan yakopin share.
Like one village, one dam near Ding. Who say the follow the government plan and come to matter fake promises. No, they are not ready to develop the country. It's one person made follow the development plan. Now, Yemra special prosecutor so or say, Nyan, just say, and Abu Frana say, and I will say, or no, do be a court say. Or investigating an answer, prosecuting no. Obedu court one, not judge taking the decision. The Pakrono, the accused person, Krano, and Majina Krano, Yen to Tunano, or Meconnect say, you determine case in that. It is when we say a cartel, a coup of the appointee, judges, over 100 judges, a high court near the ending now. The surrogate and the NPP for and one the Omakogo, and a talk on Usu, and a bed in Amano. The judge be or be appointed case so is just going there to defend the crimes of this regime. It is Kesi Jabin Sanko any respect left for himself. The only thing about me is about resigning.
Yeah.
A Juman to me yet, but who's supposed to say about resigning because who resigning? When Matiami do resign, they went after him.
Yeah.
They gave serious messages threatening to me. Some even went to his house. Kesi Jabin resigning there. You come out
basically your last block in fighting corruption steps out to say that one day a murderer will walk to court and tell what the court should do for him or her, and the court basically gives him or her what they want because your system has been hijacked by the judiciary. Because your system has been hijacked by the executive. When your special prosecutor, who is supposed to be the last block in fighting corruption, comes out and organizes the press, the media, and tells us in our faces that we have lost the corruption fight. If it was left with him alone, he would have resigned. But because he wants to serve, he's in there. Technically, the all can say he's just occupying the office. Don't expect anything extraordinary from him. There, Kesi Jabin Be, you know, he was telling us something. Kesi Jabin was telling me that we should not blame him if corruption swallows us by the end of 2024, if murderers pick up positions in the legislature, when criminals or a murderer is made the president under this government, Kesi Jabin Kachere say, we are done and we are doomed. So Kesi Jabin Jena Ajuni say, Obekan die we hu nyina ne die onim a ekoso. The Ekufuadwa buying Bawumia buy more Eddie Yeno, and why he cannot work. He knows that this country will go down. And let me tell you something. There is nowhere in this world and a special prosecutor will come out and say, the judiciary is hindering his work. The executive is hindering his work, and it will not be a national discourse. It is basically we have stabbed ourselves in the heart as a nation. Nana Addo Dankwa and the NPP and the judiciary, they have stabbed us in the heart. The hope and confidence that we as a people, share NPP mu, share Akufo-Addo mu. We believed every single thing Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia said. Today, if the national special prosecutor is out there in the open, not mincing words, telling us that there are people who have committed crimes, people we know, like somebody like Kenal Damwa, La Bianca, people who have stolen from a Nipo Muriaye, and the Ghana court to me say Obi se Kenal Damwa wabokrono. The special prosecutor wants to bring him to book. Court to me say Jaine Chidi Manenko nonko pre-parliament. He is telling us to say we have no cover. You need defense. And he is justifying the reason why if tomorrow you wake up and you see a murderer as the president of the republic and the chief justice is swearing the person in, we should not be shocked, because what we are in today is basically a criminal economy, a criminal country. Some way about Kesi, it's an indictment, or it's an indictment on us as a people. If we don't feel said this is an indictment on all of us, that we have lost the battle and the Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, then the NPP, they have dragged us down into a deeper pit. Why are we not worried? Why is the media not angry enough? Why are the so-called statesmen not angry enough? Those people who are on the sidelines making noise that there was corruption in this country. This is the second time a special prosecutor is coming out to tell us what Ghana say. President Nene Abani is dangerous. The first one was Martin Amidu. He told us plainly that the Akufo-Addo is the mother serpent of corruption. Hey, ebia yentibro fonase. Martin Amidu be free office no say ye ka wo kire ben kase na eye krono no ene se bi keta hyeha wo kire ben kase ne ye na Akufo-Addo. Martin Amidu nya akwara wo. Martin Amidu onye push over wo. Martin Amidu onye na aju so obeseye Akufo-Addo akoji sikedi o. Martin Amidu was telling us the factual truth. Oh, see, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the mother serpent of corruption. Yakase wo watchre ben na obi nchine nwe. Yakase wo maame na nobody swallows the mother. It is say the queen bee. Obi ka say the queen bee is the most deadliest bee. And I say the queen bee is the most dangerous bee. You need to understand nobody eats the queen bee. It's a case Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and it didn't come from me. It didn't come from you. It came from the special prosecutor. The office was established by this same person, this same government. Na se ye de obi fufura be hye. Na se saa nipa no so asa ba abonta be ka che se de Martin Amidu kan ne de eye ne nkitwa mu. There is doom. Ebia won tibrofo na se obi ka se there is doom ahead. The probability say ubetuma survive no is 0.0001. He is telling you say we might not have a way back under the leadership of Akufo-Addo, because Akufo-Addo ne NPP Bawumia mono omo didi krono didi omumu akosi point say ujimi akrono nto meku atwatwe. The guy is scared of his life. And let me tell you for a fact, Kesi will not try to do anything silly because they can kill him. He is basically holding on to his little pride as a Ghanaian to serve. He is basically not patriotic and committed again. He's occupying the office because man for survive. Nothing will make this guy come out there and say that the judiciary, the executive, they are basically the ones running this country down. But do you remember something? Time yedi eye to me ana ejuma we shekusi ejabin semno asembe ne Kufuado kan. Let's listen to Kufuado.
I, Kesi, Ejabin.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will at all times.
That I will at all times.
Well and truly serve.
Well and truly serve.
The Republic of Ghana.
The Republic of Ghana.
In the office of Special Prosecutor.
In the office of Special Prosecutor.
And that I will uphold.
And that I will uphold.
Preserve.
Preserve.
Protect.
Protect.
And defend.
And defend.
The Constitution of the Republic of Ghana as by law established.
The Constitution of the Republic of Ghana as by law established.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I want to assure Mr. Kesi Ajabin, like I did his predecessor, that not only will the executive, including the Attorney General, respect scrupulously the independence of his office, but also will provide him with whatever assistance is required to enable him to discharge his high duties effectively in the interest of the Ghanaian people. Indeed, all institutions of state will work and cooperate with him in the same spirit which he articulated in his approval proceedings in Parliament. It should be the general objective of our generation to build a new Ghanaian civilization where the rule of law is not a slogan, but an operating principle for the development of our state, where the separation of powers is real and meaningful, where public officials behave with honesty and trust, where the liberties and rights of our people are fully protected, and where law and order provide a firm basis for our social and economic transformation, so that the dreams of freedom and prosperity that animated the great patriots who founded our nation can find expression in our time.
I am going to work assiduously with deliberation to suppress and repress corruption. I said 2 weeks ago at Parliament that I will not be naive to assume that I am coming to stop corruption. It is innate in humans. But as much as possible, my office is going to drive it down and repress it to its bearers.
This is the special prosecutor in front of the president, assuring Ghanaians to say, obey making sure say corruption there, obey tunasi. Answer na president, when it was onko yejura catch and say, me office here, Attorney General office, any institution beyond fan and san can with Juma we koye with Juma pefi. The president was setting a trap for this young man. Nana the Dankwe Kufuado, let me tell you Ghanaians, setting up the office of the special prosecutor was basically an office he set up to go after his opponent. And no. The special prosecutor's office, in the eyes and wisdom of Kufuado, wasn't supposed to be an office that was going to fight corruption. Kufuado set up the office of the special prosecutor to use it as an arm to go after his political opponents. Now, after setting up the office, the people who occupied part 1 and part 2 realized that every single thing that was said against, and I say you can't etia NDC say Akroma, it was a fuss. Na eye insem keka, na eye atro. Now, the people who occupied special prosecutor's office from Amidu's time to Kesi's time, they were willing to make sure, irrespective of where you come from or which political party, but that is not the primary intentions of Kufuado. Time na obey the office of the special prosecutor. Mamenka bibinchiramu. Kenel damwa. La Bianca asemobaye. Ye nyina ebe say Kenel damwa was implicated na okaho na La Bianca maameno ewia taxes awentua. Containers full of chicken. La Bianca Mamina or your Council of State member. Entia taxes at the end of the day, this woman walked free. The special prosecutor was baked. He was basically tricked for him to, at the end of the day, make the case look like, say, he can handle the whole case. And that was the mistake he made. Also, from the beginning, he was saying, I'm not going to be naive. The special prosecutor was naive from day one. He was supposed to ask his job description. They did not tell the special prosecutor, Kesi Jammeh, his job description. They just told him that go and occupy the special prosecutor's office. Because the job prescription or the job description, they are technically or wholly different from what we see on camera. So he was so naive to the point, okotna hono, nana ajuni say, Nanado Dankwe Kufuado and the counterpart, Bawumia, they were going to support him if he even goes after somebody like Kenneth Damwa. Remember, Kenneth Damwa has been a ruthless, consistent criminal in Ghana's immigration or custom division. Kenneth Damwa, at the end of the day, a special prosecutor wanted to go after him. Say, Kenneth Damwa court ne say, my special prosecutor enye na adwene da say ordinance sabeka Kenneth Damwa. Do you know Kenneth Damwa? This is the same Kenneth Damwa smuggled oil at Jubilee House for smuggle by Ghana. Ţhrẻ, the custom officer is who was in charge after they seized the oil. Kenneth Damwa boss are not the customs are Ţhrẻ commissioner no a custom officer and say they should release the oil no and pirated oil no and let the people offload the oil. If we say that pirated oil no a Jubilee House there, this is the same Kenneth Damwa on the La Bianca Koye dealer special prosecutor chino, and the judiciary court to say the special prosecutor should end that chase. And that forever and ever, they should not come after Kenneth Damwa. Do you know why? Because Kenneth Damwa is going to run as a member of parliament on the ticket of the NPP. And that Nana Dankwe Kufuado does not want anybody to open any criminal investigations into Kenneth Damwa's activity when he was the boss of the customs division. And the judiciary that is basically now working for the executive had no option than to say to the special prosecutor, Mendi Kenneth Damwa Bim. Bob Senyala, counsel for Kenneth Damwa and Eduche, said the effect of the court ruling is that the aspects of the report concerning his client has been quashed and a restraining order granted against the OSP from further actions. Judge Tna Seminole say, Sala Bianca Semina Bayana Yetro a whole report no. Special prosecutor only Kenneth Damwa side ni nyina mfrim. And was sade mrabia to say special prosecutor Kesi Jabi ye mistake. Na osabe tata Kenneth Damwa baby odini be gina no. And so nani. This is Kenneth Damwa when he was the boss. Monche how he loosely and freely told a custom officer say pirated oil na bedu tema port Ţhrẻ the port no. Maamon fanko na a Jubilee House dia.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Afternoon, I did say. And now I do me my and you remember just your throw. Alawanya. Oh, frame. And you know, then before be friend in relation to this, and I make a term so Omunya, but now me say we go through processes. Me say me truncate na I say until but and then you meet you finance see na me we go where the bit no cause you say what discharging goes no na say the way and send me brain am say yes before we be take action there no so and you man no e wo vessel no and so now we went to see so we na say be then we seeking me permission then I can give the you know say what start here you know can say jack like that and you fenti o de mo na me no nkasa and this is here I'm say as we are speaking no we go through discharging the man na my hwa anya here me involved no somehow no they are linked to the political power base in the involvement of more frame now. If I say, how best we can manage it, a face saving win-win, and then I'm going to say it will be so obvious political pressure on the to yourself. So I told them, say, the person will go through documentation on that, and if possible, maybe a mama way memo be. And I know to you now, I say based on this that be a releasing ma a heavy visa. Give you know how best we can manage it.
Me per se me brief kakre bi ansa na wako off. I worked closely with the FOC, the Naval Commanding Officer. He's been so helpful throughout.
Yeah.
You know, and no baha, no say all the stakeholders involved in this arrest want to have a meeting with us customs here. Until anope, omo baha, no meeting. The meeting, NPA, Ghana Maritime Authority. And NPA say there is a committee that is in Accra that works on confiscated fuel to more locals. Say your chairman a year your friend saying one more investigations and the answer na yetinya yejuma. Once a vessel enters our territorial waters, without reporting to customs, here our jurisdiction over the vessel and its contents.
The contents, yeah.
The contents is suspected to have been smuggled. Detaining content, the short and of it all is that MPA can say you better pump it your friend saying fuel no out and keep it at a place where we can all put our seals on the cargo. Our only problem right now is that they say you tankers any trucks it means customs we have to bear the cost of those tankers and the trucks. You know, this is where we are. Omankasa, I agree. Say right now, almost say it is not good for the cargo to be sitting where it is now. It poses a threat to all of us. It is the same. Baby, pump fuel no akogu because cost involved now. Now say you pump it out and your cost affecting customs because the duration of the investigation too is a factor. You know, say pump it out and say be car my and you see a pay baby you bet me edit fuel no bekogu and costly to ask customs.
As I say, no, what I want us to do based on interventions and on the representations I feel Jubilee House. I want what do you want me to do is I should let this vessel go.
They say the detention aboso. Because at the end of the day, no, it has to be discharged. The detention has to be discharged. And we must adduce reasons why it was discharged, where we have not, finished with our investigation. Because detention was so. Yeah, the detention was so that.
So how I've posed that to you from Enra and how do we solve the problem so that I can also.
Yeah, boss, I told the three. I mentioned say no, so my permission. You better pump fuel. Not vessel, no deal. Say person why you need problem.
Said the Nipa no because a vessel in here, a vessel in the market chapter, fuel in the here until all Pompea, and you are saying, sir, where to keep it and that additional cost. Not in Dina may make us say, if it were possible, Sangabia, honest, not the one Mr. Shambi about. Omuka say he's a contact person from Jubilee House, and this is Kolaba, not a vessel, no, and a maritime authority for saying yes, you were in Jinja. If they have alternative means of dealing with this, where they can keep it, and say, one bear and get them tankers up and there, then we put, and maybe that's what we must look at now.
So, bad year, not so bit me, I'm an tankers, I bet, and the boss, but I need any problem. But,
okay. 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 So they will have to arrange for tankers to come and take the fuel. Yeah, but okay. That's it.
Yeah, boss. And they now so 200% and I say 100. Boss, and Jenny will
now, the necessary documentation, I'll give the approval, but then how to get a place to keep the fuel. Okay, well then my man gets it to them and then I'll get back to you. Say, Obenya means the Aqua.
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes,
okay.
This is the same Canada Moi. This is the same Canada Moi who was involved in the Bianca issue. And the OSP, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, called Tiboma charging the 10,000 Ghana. Said, "Oh, Metia, why is he asking questions?" Because Canada Moi and La Bianca case nearby. This is the same man involved in oil trafficking, like buying oil, a Jubilee House, buying oil from traffickers, pirates, and they bring the oil to our shores. And Canada Moi, oil boss, no, he was giving his subordinates pressure. Say Jubilee House, as my Mr. Dian Joshua say, oil, pirated oil, make diesel. And 10,000 Ghana citizens, special prosecutor Betiano, because a taxpayers' money. Canada Moi today wants to be an MP on a ticket of the NPP under Bawumia, under Ekufuado, under Gabi, under NPP way. And you tell me, sir, Bawumia is his own man. Bawumia will come and rule. Say, Ononkwa. Bawumia is not his own man. Otu Abama Bawumia. Otu Abama Ekufuado. So Kesi ejabia dena we hunu. De wabeye no wabeka chiremo said this is communication. This is an SOS call. Or catch a Ghana for say, my ye de metumi o. You people should not one day come back to me and say I did not do my part. I want people to understand that Ekufuado Bawumia NPP way, omoni judiciary no, omo ye the serpent of corruption. Martina midim podi okase Ekufuado nkwa. And then no, ye Kesi ejabin the courts or the judiciary account. You see how dangerous it is. But where we are at a verge and also at a place. If we don't change this government, Yanyankasan committee suicide. In the first place, this isn't a government. Makacham says it's a cluster of criminals, and they will hunt you till you people become wise. They will kill you until you people revolt. They will destroy everything you have. They will sell everything.